A little surprise treat for you, Johnny.
Oh, yes.
It's a Janet and John story.
Oh, how charming.
And it's called John Goes to the Charity Shop. Today, John is going to take some clothes to the charity shop. Janet says, "Make sure they don't keep you, John." Hear John laugh and laugh. John picks up the bag of old things from the hall and skips gaily down the road, swinging his bag.
Sake.
Yeah. Then John gets to the shop. Mrs. McCarthy is taking down a display of Christmas crackers from the window. See Mrs. McCarthy wave at John. What fun. John tries the shop door, but it's blocked by a big box full of old grandfather clock parts. Mrs. McCarthy shouts to John that he should come around the back. And when John arrives at the back door, Mrs. McCarthy says, "Have you got some nice things for me, John?" "Yes," says John. "I have some old clothes I don't wear any more." What a... he's such a wuss. "There's a nice pair of purple lurex trousers, an aquamarine satin waistcoat, a pair of pink cowboy boots, and a green floppy hat with an ostrich feather." Do you know how to smile through clenched teeth? Mrs. McCarthy does. "Would you like a hand taking down the Christmas display?" says John. "Thank you," says Mrs. McCarthy. Kind John. And after they've taken down the decorations, John sees an old piano and says, "I haven't seen that before. Can I have a play, please?" "Of course," says Mrs. McCarthy. John sits down and plays The Lambeth Walk and Mother Kelly's Doorstep. Clever John. Soon it's time for John to leave. He says goodbye to Mrs. McCarthy and trots back home, trying not to tread on any of the cracks on the pavement. When John gets home, Janet is making some toasted sandwiches. "You were gone a long time," says Janet. "Yes," says John. "I saw Mrs. McCarthy. I hadn't seen her upright before. Though, after I helped her take down her crackers, she let me knock out a couple of firm favourites."
Go on. More BBC.
I'm late because when I finally got in, I could only manage to get as far as the old clock waist. So she said I could try the back door. Can you get someone's whole head into an electric sandwich toaster? Janet does. Smell the burning hair. Poor John.